Decide the fate of a prison inmate accused of killing 2 corrections officers. This happening in Putnam County.
Deliberating a verdict for Ricky DuBose. He's accused of killing 2 prison bus guards in 2017.
So first of all, you have been charged with the offense of murder in that.
Prosecutors and the defense are calling witnesses. The state must prove that DuBose's crimes are punishable by death.
2 fugitives accused of killing 2 guards and terrorizing people in 2 states. They're behind bars now in Tennessee.
But the jury could not agree on whether or not to give him the death penalty. DuBose's trial is scheduled to start in May in Eatonton.
Case of Ricky Allen DuBose. The trial and subsequent sentencing of Ricky Allen DuBose represent a pivotal moment in the criminal justice system, marking the culmination of a legal saga that began with the tragic shooting demises of Sergeant Curtis Billou and Sergeant Christopher Monica on June 13, 2017. At the age of 29, DuBose now holds the dubious distinction of being the youngest inmate on Demise Row in Georgia, a somber testament to the severity of his crimes and the enduring pursuit of justice by the state. From the outset, the trial was characterized by emotional testimony and the stark juxtaposition of the lives lost and the life of the accused. A jury comprised of individuals from Glynn County grappled with the weighty responsibility of determining DuBose's guilt or innocence, ultimately finding him guilty of the slayings after hearing compelling evidence presented by the prosecution. Following the conviction, the focus shifted on the penalty phase, where jurors were tasked with deciding whether DuBose should be sentenced to demise.
Came after jurors found Ricky DuBose guilty of murdering 2 state corrections officers in 2017.
Decide the fate of a prison inmate accused of killing 2 corrections officers. This happening in Putnam County.
That was stored on a shelf behind the officer and used that weapon for the murder and the escape.
Deliberating a verdict for Ricky DuBose. He's accused of killing 2 prison bus guards in 2017.
Despite their efforts, the prosecution's case proved persuasive, and jurors ultimately recommended the demise penalty. The sentencing marked the culmination of a grueling legal process that had spanned several weeks, during which jurors were tasked with weighing the evidence and deliberating the fate of the accused. Barksdale reminded jurors of their solemn duty to uphold the law and deliver a just verdict, emphasizing the severity of the crimes committed by DuBose and the need for accountability. As the trial drew to a close, DuBose's fate was sealed, and he was sentenced to demise by the trial judge, Okmulgee Judicial Circuit Superior Court Judge Allison T. Burleson. The decision was met with a mix of solemnity and resolve, as the gravity of the sentence underscored the irreversible nature of DuBose's actions and the enduring quest for justice by the state. In the aftermath of the trial, questions linger about the efficacy of the demise penalty as a deterrent to violent crime and the broader implications of DuBose's conviction on the criminal justice system. Yet, amid the complexities and the moral ambiguities, one thing remains clear: the trial of Ricky Allen DuBose stands as a sobering reminder of the enduring pursuit of justice and the profound responsibility entrusted to the legal system to protect society and uphold the rule of law. Verdict of Ricky Allen DuBose. The courtroom atmosphere was charged with tension and gravity as the trial of Ricky Allen DuBose, a convicted double slayer, reached its culmination. The prosecution, led by District Attorney T. Wright Barksdale III, delivered a compelling narrative of DuBose's actions, painting him as a remorseless perpetrator of heinous crimes. Barksdale meticulously outlined the sequence of events, vividly describing how DuBose callously took the lives of Sergeant Curtis Billou and Sergeant Christopher Monica. Barksdale left no room for doubt as he recounted the chilling details. DuBose's multiple shots, fired with fatal precision at Monica and Billou, leaving no chance for survival. He highlighted DuBose's brazen escape from custody, which escalated into a spree of crime and terror. DuBose's reckless disregard for human life was underscored by his subsequent criminal activities, carjacking, home invasion, and high-speed chases, leaving a trail of trauma and devastation in his wake. Throughout his impassioned plea, Barksdale reminded the jurors of their solemn duty to mete out justice for the victims and their grieving families. He appealed to their sense of moral responsibility, urging them not to be swayed by sympathy or doubt. Barksdale's poignant recollection of Zoe Monica's heart-wrenching loss served as a poignant reminder of the irreparable harm inflicted by DuBose's actions. Following Barksdale's powerful presentation, defense attorney Jerry Word took the floor, acknowledging the weight of the jurors' decision.
Anniversary of officers Curtis Ballou and Christopher Monica's murders, a jury found inmate Ricky DuBose guilty on all counts.
Ricky DuBose, the man found guilty of killing 2 corrections officers in 2017.
Both Curtis Ballou, and Christopher Monica's families were in the courthouse as closing arguments unfolded.
So first of all, you have been charged with the offense of murder in that.
Prosecutors and the defense are calling witnesses. The state must prove that DuBose's crimes are punishable by death.
Word's approach was marked by solemnity and respect as he acknowledged the gravity of the crimes committed by DuBose. He spared no effort in emphasizing DuBose's acceptance of responsibility and the mitigating factors of his troubled upbringing. Word's closing remarks echoed the sentiment of his defense team, a recognition of the profound tragedy wrought by DuBose's actions. He appealed to the jurors' humanity, urging them to consider mercy amidst the anguish and despair. Word's plea for leniency, while acknowledging the severity of DuBose's crime, sought to evoke empathy and compassion for a life marred by adversity. Amber Pittman, the lead defense attorney, delivered a poignant appeal for mercy, highlighting DuBose's familial bonds and the enduring love of his siblings. Pittman's emotional plea humanized DuBose, portraying him as a product of his environment, shaped by love and loss. She implored the jurors to consider the consequences of their verdict, urging them to spare DuBose from the ultimate punishment. In the end, the jurors faced a momentous decision, a choice between life and demise. Their verdict, delivered after weeks of deliberation, reflected the weight of their moral deliberations. Despite the defense's impassioned pleas for mercy, the jurors opted to recommend demise, signaling their belief in the gravity of DuBose's crimes and the need for justice. The trial of Ricky Allen DuBose was a sobering reminder of the complexities of the legal system and the profound impact of human actions. It laid bare the raw emotions of loss and grief, underscoring the enduring quest for accountability and closure. As DuBose now awaits his fate on Demise Row, his trial serves as a testament to the enduring pursuit of justice in the face of tragedy. Ricky DuBose trial. In a courtroom drama that unfolded over several years, Ricky DuBose stood trial for the 2017 slaying of 2 corrections officers, Curtis Ballou and Christopher Monica, aboard a transport bus in Putnam County, Georgia. The culmination of this trial, which began with a crime spree that shook the community, reached its verdict on the 5th anniversary of DuBose's initial offenses. The prosecution, led by District Attorney T. Wright Barksdale, painted DuBose as a dangerous criminal who, alongside his accomplice Donnie Rowe, perpetrated a series of violent acts. They detailed the events of June 13, 2017, when DuBose and Rowe overpowered the guards on a prison bus, resulting in a tragic demises of officers Ballou and Monica. Despite claims from DuBose's defense team that he was intellectually disabled and mentally ill, the jury found him guilty of felony and malice slaying. With the guilt phase concluded, attention turned to the sentencing phase, where DuBose faced the possibility of demise or life without parole. His defense presented evidence of his troubled upbringing, including prenatal complications and a lack of proper care, in an attempt to mitigate his culpability. However, The prosecution argued that DuBose's actions were deliberate and heinous, deserving of the harshest punishment. The trial proceedings were punctuated by a timeline of events that unfolded in the wake of the prison bus escape. DuBose and Rowe's crime spree spanned several states, involving home invasions, car thefts, and high-speed chase. The extensive manhunt gripped the nation.
2 fugitives accused of killing 2 guards and terrorizing people in 2 states. They're behind bars now in Tennessee.
Ricky DuBose sat here at Putnam County Superior Court on Tuesday and listened to the state and prosecution.
Yes, prosecutor T. Wright Barksdale and Ricky DuBose's defense attorney Gabrielle Pittman made their opening statements.
About the brutal murder that occurred that day. You're going to hear about the prison escape.
Clinically, I would have an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty that someone is intellectually disabled.
September, but the jury could not agree on whether or not to give him the death penalty. DuBose's trial is scheduled to start in May in Eatonton.
Ending with their apprehension in Tennessee. Despite attempts to evade capture, their trail of crime left a lasting impact on the communities they terrorized. From pre-trial hearings to jury selection, the legal process surrounding DuBose's case was fraught with challenges and delays. His defense team mounted various arguments, including claims of intellectual disability in an effort to spare him from the demise penalty. However, the prosecution remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice for the slain officers and their families. DuBose's guilt, signaling the first step towards closure for the victims' loved ones. While the sentencing phase posed another emotional hurdle, the outcome of the trial underscored the principle that no one is above the law. As the community grappled with the aftermath of tragedy, the resolution of the DuBose case served as a testament to the resilience of the justice system and the commitment to upholding the rule of law. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.